What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. More importantly, welcome back to the Tesla. Yeah, we're just doing a little charging here. If we go into the app on my phone, all right, so 1 hour and 55 minutes to fully charge. But what's interesting is when you go into the app, you can drag it to different levels and it tells you what the max range will be. If I go to full, it does say 250 miles, which isn't terrible. All right, guys, so we have 205 miles of range. And like I was saying, full charge on my car is 250 miles roughly, give or take a couple miles. But the point is, the full rating was 265 by the EPA when this car was new, originally sold. It's a P85, 85 kilowatt hour battery, rear wheel drive only, 265 miles. Now, recently Tesla got the Model S re-EPA tested, I guess. I don't know what that process is, but the point is, they basically take the car out, do some sort of testing, and then either figure out the full range by driving at the full range, or they just extrapolate. But either way, the Model S now, if you go online, says an EPA rated range of 402 miles. That's crazy. That's over 150 more miles than what my car can fully charge to right now. Incredibly impressive. And the way I think about it is, like, my car with 250 miles is probably like the bare minimum I would personally want for an electric vehicle, just because if you do a decent amount of driving, you can easily go through that 250 miles very quickly. Now let's get out of the garage and we'll continue this conversation. Alright, so that was easing into it out of a stoplight. Don't want to spin the rear tires. So that's the problem. When you have so much torque and it's all going to the rear tires, you got to worry about that. The new cars are pretty much all all-wheel drive, or at least all the Model S's are. But either way, the batteries and the torque and everything on these cars is incredible. If you guys aren't looking out for it, you should be, and that is Tesla's Battery Day. It was supposed to happen in May, but obviously it got pushed back because Elon wanted to do it in person. And well, yeah. When he couldn't do it in person because of all the COVID stuff, it got pushed back. And well, when it got pushed back, there hasn't been a new date for it yet. All right, guys, so it has been actually a day since I was driving in my car, but I wanted to continue that conversation of how my car had 250 miles, or has 250 miles of full range. But now Teslas are getting over 400 miles of range. If you look at the long range Model S online, 402 miles, it's crazy. And this is done not by updating the hardware or getting better battery technology, but it's a symbiosis of the software and the hardware working together, which can't be bought off the shelf. And these are some words that I've actually taken because I was just watching CNBC and they had the CEO of Lucid Air come on to talk about the car that they're coming out with. We got Aston here, so we're just chilling with him. Anyways, so the Lucid Air CEO comes on, and you know, he's talking to the CNBC interviewer, and the biggest question is, you know, these other big car companies like GM, they've come out and said, like, hey, you know, we're accepting this, we're trying to come out with more electric cars, and yes, they have cars like the Bolt and the Leaf, and they're fantastic cars and they're great, but you know, Lucid is going after the luxury market, but at the same time, they want to increase and really keep pushing that technology and the, I guess, togetherness or the symbiosis of the tech and the software, the hardware and the software. And talking about that, he basically said, like, you know, Tesla has their 400 volt system. The Taycan recently came out with an 800 volt system. And with their partnership with Electrify America, which supports up to 1,000 volts, their system will be pushing over 900 volts. So they're really going to get to the upper echelon of what Electrify America can handle. So this is very interesting stuff. But the CEO of Lucid, he was saying how they want to keep pushing this. And the CNBC interviewer asked him what he thinks of Tesla's stock price rise. And well, the CEO actually said that people are realizing that there's not only a shift to being environmentally aware, but also that there is a huge gap in the technology that Tesla is using versus what the other car makers are using, like a GM or a Ford. These large car makers think that they can just go and buy off-the-shelf components. You can just buy, you know, LG Chem batteries, an inverter, slap it in a car and call it an electric vehicle. The problem is if you do that, you're just so far behind what Tesla has built and what Lucid is saying that they're building as well. And that gap is just widening and widening, and their cars are just nowhere near what a Tesla is or what a Lucid might be when it comes out in about a year or so. So it was very interesting to hear him talk about that, and he basically still was praising Tesla, saying like, you know, Tesla understands that it's a combination of hardware and software. Tesla is able to push out these software updates to move their car from, you know, 370 to 390 to 400 plus miles of range without doing a single change to the hardware. It's the exact same motor, it's the exact same battery, but they can get greater range out of, you know, technology or hardware that's been in the cars for what, 1 to 2 years now, and they just do a software update and you have better range. And that's part of the software. What they've done is they've actually allowed you to use regen braking at lower speeds in order to recoup more energy, as well as like the management system as to how much energy is used when you're accelerating, decelerating, all that stuff. So it's making all that stuff work seamlessly together to eke out those extra 10 miles every couple months, and over time you see, you know, a 30-mile gain in what you wouldn't normally have. So something like a Bolt or a Leaf, you buy it, you're stuck with that old technology. They don't do updates like Tesla does, and that's something that is huge. And I think that these large automakers just don't adapt fast enough and realize. So Tesla has a huge advantage. I think Lucid will also have a huge advantage, and hopefully other companies like Rivian and what was the other one that recently came out? Nikola. Hopefully all of them will have a similar setup to what Tesla does, where you can do over-the-air updates. If they don't, again, I think Tesla is just going to keep widening the gap. Their share price is going to keep rising, and people are going to realize that it's not just like a car company play, it's also a tech play. And it's just a very fascinating space right now. So with that, there might be a new car coming to the garage. Kind of throw this in at the end. So if you are still watching, yes, next vlog, there may be a new car in the garage. There may not be. Will it be replacing the Tesla, or will it be replacing the BMW? More to come. Anyways, that's going to be it for this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Would really help me out. Aston would really appreciate it. See, he's sleeping right now, so he would really appreciate it, though, I promise. But until next time, thanks for watching.